police.
Hello.
Fucking wrong motherfucker, man.
These are times when officers walked straight into danger, not knowing that in just seconds their lives would change forever. Starting with our first case, which started as a wellness check after a neighbor reported unusual noises, but turned into one of the darkest moments for the Ontario Provincial Police. On May 11th, 2023, shortly after 2 a.m., emergency dispatchers in Bourget, Ontario, received a call from a woman reporting unusual noises from her neighbor's house. She described loud music, yelling, and what she believed sounded like a single gunshot. The caller explained her concern that the neighbor might have harmed himself. The home belonged to 39-year-old Alain. He was legally permitted to own firearms and had no previous police encounters. From the available records, there was no reason to expect violence, threats, or instability.
Ah, il va que tu rentres ici. Y a-tu des enfants? Quelque chose?
Non.
Ils sont tout seuls? Yeah, come on up.
Ouais, toujours avant, hein?
Ouais, ok, on va te rejoindre de l'autre bord. Yeah, just cover the front door. Just gonna do a perimeter check first.
3 officers from the Ontario Provincial Police were assigned to check the property. They arrived and immediately began surveying the scene.
Bon, change that, so aussi, dehors, il va se réveiller, le gars, là. As-tu de quoi?
Le chien, il a comme trouvé de bord, puis il est allé voir à gauche.
Inside the home, Alain had just woken up. Hearing muffled voices outside and seeing flashes of light, he became alarmed. Believing intruders were near, he reached for his semi-automatic rifle. Without checking further, he fired through his bedroom wall.
Police! Ah! Ah! Fuck wrong motherfucker, man. C'est ça que j'ai dit. Fuck wrong motherfucker. Should have never broken my house.
In seconds, 9 rounds tore through the structure of the house. The first officer hit was Sergeant Eric Muller. He fell immediately after entering the mudroom, fatally wounded. Constable Mark Lucen was also struck, but his protective vest stopped the round and saved him from serious injury. Constable Francois Gamache, who remained positioned outside near a cruiser, was hit as well. With 1 officer dead and 2 others injured, the surviving members of the response team immediately took cover behind their vehicles. From their positions, they could not see Alain directly and had no way of confirming his movements. The house appeared still from the outside, but the danger was far from over. Inside, Alain began to process what had occurred. He realized his shots had struck the men outside and that at least one was gravely injured. His panic shifted into regret. Picking up his phone, Alain dialed 911. During the call, he admitted that police were inside his house and repeated that he believed they had broken in. Later, he was charged with first-degree murder and attempted murder and was sentenced to life in prison. Officers need to be ready for anything because they never know what waits for them on the other side of a door. That's exactly what happened in this next case. On the morning of May 11th, 2021, Stockton police received a 911 call at 10:07 a.m. from a concerned neighbor on La Cresta Way. The caller reported hearing loud screams, shouting, and even said the windows of the house were shaking.
I think the people across the street need some help.
Like medical help or the police?
Like the police. Yeah, it's number.
And what do you see or what do you hear?
They're screaming, yelling. The windows are shaking. Is everything okay? I think the man is going crazy over there. He's been acting really strange the last couple of days. I just think
Is he white, black, Hispanic, Asian?
he's black. But I don't really know what's going on. But I see the windows shaking, the lady screaming, yelling for help. I'm not sure. I think the kids may be at school, but
The disturbance had been going on for some time, and the man involved, later identified as 30-year-old Lance Lowe, had reportedly been acting strangely for several days. Responding to the scene was Officer Jimmy In, also 30 years old, who had served with the Stockton Police Department for 4 years. He was not only an officer, but also a husband and father of 3 children.
Hey, police.
Hello.
When Officer In arrived at the residence, he immediately approached the front door to investigate. As he reached the entrance and made contact, the suspect suddenly opened fire without warning. In a matter of seconds, the situation escalated from a welfare check into a deadly ambush. The sound of multiple gunshots rang out, leaving the officer critically injured on the ground. Neighbors nearby were shocked as chaos unfolded in front of them. The call that started as a possible medical or domestic issue turned into one of the most tragic incidents in Stockton that year. Officer In had little chance to defend himself as the suspect opened fire immediately upon his approach. By the time backup arrived, it was clear that the situation was far more dangerous than anyone first believed.
58 shots fired, shots fired. Partner's down. Jimmy, you all right? 58 shots fired, my partner is down. Code 3 now.
2 Baker 58.
Shots fired, my partner is down. Jimmy! Jimmy, stay with me! Jimmy! Don't do it. Let the kid go. Don't do it. I want you let the kid go, man. I don't want to kill you. I don't want to kill you.
2 Baker 58.
After the first gunshots were fired, another officer who was also responding to the same call witnessed his partner go down within seconds of arrival. He tried to process the situation and immediately called for urgent backup, reporting that multiple shots had been fired and his partner was down. The tension rose even higher when the armed suspect, Lance Lowe, grabbed his own 8-year-old son and used the child as a human shield while advancing toward Officer Freer. It became a terrifying moment as the officer faced a gunman holding a child tightly in front of him.
Let him go! Let go of the kid! Hey, firm, we're on the corner.
Then a nearby neighbor, seeing the child in danger, rushed toward the suspect from the side and tackled him with full force. In that instant, the child was pulled away from his father's grip and carried to safety. With the boy secured, officers had a clear line of sight on the suspect, and Lowe was fatally shot during the confrontation. The gunfire ended the immediate threat, but the damage left behind was devastating. Officer Jimmy In did not survive his injuries, leaving behind his wife and 3 young children. But what about a guy who looks calm during a traffic stop but is secretly preparing to kill? On February 4th, 2021, just after 12:30 p.m., Interstate 10 near Deming, New Mexico, turned into the scene of one of the most tragic police incidents in the state's history. The driver involved was 39-year-old Omar Felix Cueva. He had been arrested multiple times for drug trafficking and firearm violations, and federal investigators believed he was transporting large quantities of methamphetamine across the border. Homeland Security officials had been tracking him and were prepared to make an arrest, but instead, they asked New Mexico State Police to handle the stop. The officer sent to do it was 28-year-old Darian Jarrett. He is a young father of 3 children with his 4th child expected later that year.
Afternoon, sir. My name's Darian Jarrett. I'm with New Mexico State Police. The reason for the stop is your window tint's a little too dark. Yeah. Or if you want to roll down the window more.
At 12:33 p.m., Jarrett initiated a stop on Cueva's white Chevrolet pickup along the shoulder of the highway. At first, the encounter appeared calm and routine. Jarrett mentioned the tinted windows and temporary tags and asked for registration, insurance, and a driver's license. Cueva delayed, saying he was waiting for someone to send a picture of his insurance.
All right, do you have insurance for the vehicle? Yeah, where is it? Is it with the wallet? Do me a favor, come with me to my vehicle. That way I can run your name and date of birth, and then that way I can get my return, okay? Go ahead, shut the vehicle off. If you want, it's up to you. Well, I know.
While the officer waited, Cueva was actually using that time to prepare for violence. When Jarrett asked if he had any firearms, Cueva appeared to cooperate, placing a handgun on the seat. What Jarrett could not see was the hidden rifle that Cueva had already aimed toward him.
Get off you for my safety. All right, hold on. All right, let's go to my vehicle, okay? Come on. Oh, shit!
Cueva then opened fire with the rifle at point-blank range. The ambush was sudden and brutal, leaving Jarrett fatally wounded on the side of the interstate. Within minutes, passing Homeland Security agents arrived at the scene and attempted life-saving measures, but it was already too late. After gunning down Officer Jarrett, Omar Felix Cueva immediately jumped back into his pickup and fled the scene. The time was barely past 12:35 p.m., and what followed was a dangerous high-speed pursuit stretching nearly 40 miles across desert highways toward Las Cruces. During the chase, witnesses captured the pursuit on their phones, showing police vehicles trailing the truck at high speeds, while bystanders shouted in shock. The chase ended in Las Cruces when officers managed to corner him. A firefight erupted as Cueva exchanged gunfire with police. Several officers returned fire, and Cueva was ultimately struck and killed. And that's all we have for today's episode. Don't forget to give this video a like, smash that subscribe button, and also ring that notification bell while you're down there.